is another beautiful Thursday outside my house, and we are diving into our last week with our current Art of Planning and Journaling, our mushroom kit. I am going to be sad to see this one go. I've had a lot of fun with it, just doing the things and playing with all the pages, and excited to start something new. So hopefully I will have my other one by next Thursday so that we can dive into that layout and get that going. So I told you guys on Tuesday when I did stencil tip that I'm going to do a different layout I have never done before. And I am not a huge fan of horizontal, but I saw this one on Pinterest and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to try it out. The difference is in the little boxes where we're doing our little mushroom designs, they were actually the full, they were just filled with the day of the week. So like it said, like the 29th, and the whole box was filled with the 29th. So I'm excited to incorporate the little mushrooms in there and get those going. So let me switch my screen over and you guys will get to see the full layout of what it looks like. Before we dive into there, I want to talk about the last two pages. Well, not last two, but the last two pages that I have done inside of my cover. I'll talk about the last four just so that we can talk about them, but I don't have them all colored. So this is the currently page. And how I am currently using it is to obviously showcase the current things that I am listening to and loving and celebrating. But in the notes section, I'm kind of using that as I finish these things, because when I started the month, I was currently reading this book and I'm on to my 6th book of the month. So I didn't want to list all 6 of them in there. So as I finish them, I've been adding them here, as same as like things that I'm watching, different things that I'm listening to, making those kinds of things. So like here, when I started, I was reading The 10th Anniversary by James Patterson, and I actually finished that book on the same day that I wrote this. So I had to and then I just said, started this particular book. I watched a movie with my husband. When the Seahawks are playing, I write down what the score was for the Seahawk game. Except for I forgot to write it down on Sunday. That's okay. So different things, like my husband and I watched the Miami and Buffalo game on Thursday Night Football. And I watched Tracker. I finished a couple of books. I went to a Pendleton football game and they won. Pendleton's my hometown. So, and then last night Survivor started. So that's what I put on this particular layout. On the next page, I'm using it as like a fun memories. So these are some of the memories that I've had so far for the month of September. So I took I walk every morning, and I took a new path that I've never taken before and walked along the river, which I've never done, or it's actually a creek, not a river. This is to memorialize the fact that I was wearing purple. If anybody knows me, I do not like purple, but my son goes to a school where the school color is predominantly purple. So I had to get something with purple in it. It's just the inside of the hood. This was just snuggling. I was reading out on my hammock, and that's my kitty cat hanging out in underneath the edge of my book. I am on the search for a teal hat for Nashville. So I was trying on teal hats while it was Roundup week. And then I made this pumpkin loaf. It was absolutely amazing. I've had it for breakfast every day this week. It's supposed to be a copycat of the Starbucks one, and it's amazing. So those are just a couple of fun memories that I was kind of incorporating. I use the Sprocket sticker function, and it cuts it out or doesn't cut it out, but it prints it out in these nice little shapes that perfectly fit in these boxes, which is fantastic. The next couple of pages, which I haven't filled out yet, are a coloring page and a do more of and do less of. And then the last page is kind of like a wrap up. What was your favorite memory, or the challenges that you had, favorite quotes that you heard? What are you at for your savings? And then any extra things that you want to fill in there. And then next month, what are your goals, events, and things that you have planned? So those are kind of the pages that I haven't finished yet. As we're getting ready to wrap up the month, I will get those knocked out so that I can have them, and I will probably share them with you next week. Hopefully we will have the new layout next week, and so I can start sharing those with you too. All right. So on to the task at hand, which is to put together our layout for the week. Again, this is a horizontal version. I am not a huge fan of horizontal, but this one was just too cute not to do. In these boxes where I have the date with the 2 mushrooms, this was actually filled with a full 29. And anyway, that's what the layout looked like when I found it on Pinterest. And so I like to be able to change them up. And so that's exactly what I did, and is change it up to fit what I had going on. And so on Tuesday, I shared with you guys this fun little border idea. And so that's what we're going to continue with today, is just finishing out the border and outlining all the pages where they need to be outlined. So that's what we're working on today. And as I was doing this, I realized that there was some overlap. So I'll probably be erasing a little bit and moving things around where I want them to fit. And that's okay, because I have an eraser. And if you do the layouts in pencil, then you don't have to worry about it. So I went on a Pinterest hunt for some bullet journal spreads, some different ideas that we haven't ever done before. Normally I do them based off of the layouts for Tula 12, so that you guys can kind of see some different ideas behind it. But I decided that I wanted to venture out a little bit. We have these beautiful dot grid pages, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I'm allowed to, because I'm the one who is drawing it in my bullet journal. So if I want to do something a little bit different, I guess I have that luxury. So I made the executive decision that that's what I was going to be doing. And I was going to make the change to like grab some different spreads and share them with you, because what I think is really awesome about the bullet journal pages inside of this inside of our Art of Planning and Journaling is that you really can make them your own and do some fun things with it. And I think that when we just try to like contain ourselves to a little box, we miss the creativity part of it. And it's okay to try something different. And like I mentioned, I am not a huge fan of horizontal layouts, but I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone for a hot minute and try something that I hadn't tried before. I have used horizontal layouts, but I don't necessarily love the ones that we have right now. And I probably will not love this one either, but it was cute and I wanted to give it a try. So that's what I am doing today, is laying out the groundwork for a horizontal layout that is a little bit different. And I'm kind of excited to try it out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I hate it and I never do it again. That's the worst, but it won't stop me from doing my weekly planning. It won't stop me from writing lists, because that's what planning is for me, is writing lists and making plans and then executing them in the best way that I can. And that won't change. So we're going to put this one in the front. I want to kind of do all my line work first so that I can come back and erase the things I don't necessarily need. Like all of the lines, and because I just drew these in with pencil first to see what kind of idea of where I wanted them. And then I figured I would go back and fix it later, which is exactly what I did. So I'm going to grab my long stencil and then draw in my lines where I need them. Sorry, I have to move this down for a hot second so I can actually see the line, because the camera is in the way. And with this layout, let me move that out of the way. with this layout, I had one extra box down here. So this will be like notes section that I need to keep. And then I plan on at the top using it for my to-do list. I'll just create the little boxes and I'll make it into a to-do list. And I'm not going to add anything on the bottom. I think that the vine is enough of a border that I don't need to do that. So I'm excited to try something different, that's for sure. And I was thinking like the different stencils that we're getting. So we're getting a pumpkin, a leaf, and a sweater, and a box on the next stencil. So I'm like, how can I use those? I've already started brainstorming a couple of different ways that I can incorporate those for Stencil Tip Tuesday and for different layouts. They're a little bit bigger, so it'll be a little bit harder to incorporate, but I will do the best I can. All right, I'm going to grab my eraser and my vacuum cleaner, and we're going to clean up all the line work that I did beforehand. Gotta love pencils. And with stencil work, I usually use a mechanical pencil, although my favorite kind of pencil to use is a Ticonderoga. I love to be able to sharpen pencils and use them, but for traveling, I use mechanical pencils and for stencil work because it fits inside the tight spaces of the stencils better than a Ticonderoga pencil would. But yeah, it's my favorite kind. It's also a teacher's favorite kind. If you've ever had to go buy pencils for back to school, they usually ask for Ticonderoga pencils. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just color my border first because I want it to be the same. So I'm just going to color it the same as the one before. On the other side that I colored for Stencil Tip Tuesday. And I love the colors. Looking forward to new colors to use with the next one, but because it's kind of fall-ish too, I'm curious of how many colors I will probably use that are the same, but we'll see. We'll see what colors there are. I'm guessing there's probably going to be some reds and browns and oranges and yellows. I saw a couple of blues, so I'm excited to add that color element in here. And then we'll just have to get the kit and see what other fun colors are involved as well. So I'm just going to finish coloring out the border, and then we will start working on our mushrooms. All right, so there is our border. I like to color all the mushroom stems exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that now because they're all going to be that same color. And then I'm not going to do anything fancy with these mushroom tops either. I'm just going to color them like I did on that side over there. Nothing fancy. And then, of course, we'll come back and add our shading in as well. My son came home from school yesterday, and they're doing some kind of fundraiser. And one of the things that they can earn is a fox slap bracelet. He's like obsessed with foxes. He's got a whole bedroom full of them. And like his favorite Pokemon characters are foxes. And so, yes, I think he'll be excited to see this kit when I get it, because it also has foxes in it. So Tool 12 has had a couple of fox elements before, and he comes and steals them from me. Like, we had a fox charm, we've had fox die cuts, and so he always comes and commandeers them. And then I find them in his room later. I'm like, hey, where did that come from? Sorry about that. He does have his own planner, but very rarely does he write in it. He just likes to wait until I get fox stickers and things, and then he comes and grabs them and adds them to his layouts, to his notes. He just has a note section in there. Nothing fancy. He likes to draw and doodle, so that's all he has in there. All right, let's do our shading of our mushrooms first, of our bases. We just have to pretend that our little mushroom caps are like 3-dimensional and they're poking over the edge of the mushroom. And that creates that little shadow at the cap part. All right, I was debating if I want to do them all those colors, but I think I want to add some yellow in there too. I just have to determine how I want to incorporate that. So I think I want to, let's do this. We're going to start over here because you've already played on this side, so I might as well stay over here and play some more. We'll do yellow. For this one, I think I want to use this tan color for a mushroom. I'll have to get a darker tan in order to do the shading on this one. Let's see if I can find one. I'm just going to color the tops first of the mushrooms. And then I'll go back and do the shading afterwards, because I'm just going to shade. I'm just coloring them solid, so I don't need to do anything fancy. I'll just do that, and then I'll come back and shade them in a little bit. All kinds of fun colors to choose from, so makes it easy to color them. And we'll come over here and add some other colors. You guys are quiet today. You're gonna if you're watching the replay, say hey. Let me know how you're doing. And then after we get these all colored, we will go back and add the dates in there. It was a little brisk this morning when I went out and walked. And then right before I came on this video, I realized that I was switching my laundry over, and I realized that I stuck my AirPods in the pocket of the sweatpants that I put in the washing machine. So guess what I found in the bottom of the washing machine? Yes, my AirPods. So hopefully, and this, unfortunately, is not the first time they've been through the washing machine. So hopefully they will continue to work. Otherwise, I'm out a pair of AirPods, which will make me very sad. Well, that's what it is. And we'll do this one. All right. Let's work on some shading. So let's do our yellow ones first. I have a brighter yellow color. We're just going to do along the bottom and then again across the top of each one of our yellow capped mushrooms. And this one. Okay, that takes care of our yellow. And then we have the peach one. So I'm going to use my tan for that one. And this one is definitely behind that mushroom. So we're going to take that into consideration on both of these. And then this one over here. Okay. Then that takes care of those ones. Excuse me. And let's try our tan, see if I have a darker. Oh, I do. Good deal. I thought I might have a darker tan color, so I could make this one work. But I didn't know for sure. And then our teal ones, I have this green. And then let's see if I can find some darker. This might be a little too dark, but we're going to use this one for the green. I don't love it, but it's the green I have right now. All right, let's make sure I did all of the shading. Yes. Okay, let me grab my white pen. There's my white pen. And we're just going to add the highlights on the other side of our and I want to do just a little bit of, there we go. And we'll go to the other side. And do the other ones. Some of them you can't really see the highlighting, but it's okay. I know it's there. All right, and then the last thing that we have to do is add some dirt and grass. And then we will color our vines on the bottom. I always like to ground my my objects. I don't like them floating. I especially think that mushrooms, since they come from the ground, should be grounded. But that's my own personal opinion. I'm not sure why I'm having a frog in my throat today, but I am having a frog in my throat. All right. I'm just going to add our little grasses. Don't have to overdo it. Just add a couple little here's and there. If I had some little baby leaves, it would be fun to incorporate those too, but I don't have a stencil for baby leaves and I do not want to hand draw them. All right. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to just draw or color in our bottom here. And I use 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Right, grab the next color and we'll go back. Oops, some of them there, I don't think I did the right number, but oh well, we'll just make it work. Some of them are going to be 4 and some of them are going to be 5. That's fine. That one I did 6. Same with that one. Oh well. We'll make it work, friends. We'll just fill in where I missed the spots and it'll be fine because I have other colors I can use. It's not a big deal. And there. All right. There we have it. This is our, oh wait, we forgot to add the dates. Let's go do that. forgot to add the dates on here. So we're going to do Monday. This is the 20. What is Monday? Monday is the 23rd. Tuesday, the 24th. Wednesday, the 25th. Thursday, the 26th. Friday, the 27th. Saturday, 28th. All right, I'm going to grab my other markers so that I can color those in. Monday, all right, you guys, there is our layout for the week. Again, I'll go at the top and add the notes at the top, but I cannot wait to see how you guys choose to use this particular layout. Again, this is not something that Tula 12 has. This is just something I wanted to try. If you are wanting to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit and try other things, I would hop over to Pinterest and take a look at the different opportunities that you have to showcase different layouts. So have a fantastic Thursday. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys all very soon.